Okay, so around August last year, I joined a small Roblox game jam hosted by a YouTuber named gamedev. And if you don't know what a game jam is, it's basically a game making competition where participants have to develop a game within a certain amount of time based around a specific theme. The time limit for this game jam is 7 days and the theme is celebration. Now, before all of this, gamedev had already hosted 2 game jams before and well, not to brag or anything, but I won both of them. Now, the prizes and all that or anything, these game jams were made mostly for fun. I still wanted to continue my winning streaks, so I had to think of a game idea. A game idea that can help me win this jam and keep up my streaks. And boom, it clicked. So, with my very creative imagination, I decided to make a FNAF-like game for this jam. And that game is... Now, you guys are probably wondering, who is this random guy? So, let me introduce myself. My name is Zero Transparency. I have been creating games on Roblox for around 2 years. I'm not an experienced dev or anything, but I think I can make stuff works. Now that we got that out of the way, let's get into the main topic of the video. So firstly, let's talk about the design of this game. My idea for this game is there will be around 3 days in the game, each day having 2 stages, day and night. On the day stage of the game, the player can customize the restaurant by buying furniture and then place them around the restaurant. Seems pretty normal, right? Well, things are gonna get a whole lot more interesting on the night stage of the game. On the night stage of the game, the player will have to go around and clean up the restaurant before leaving. Classic Roblox horror game trope, am I right? This is where the player will have to face the 4 entities of the game. Now, I kid you not, this is the actual name and art for the 4 entities of the game. The first entity being this fella right here. It's called Alpha. Now, his mechanic is pretty simple. When you walk around the restaurant, he has a chance to attack you, indicated by this sound. To avoid his attack, just don't move when the sound plays. That's basically how this entity works. Now, on to the next entity. This entity is... Now, this fella right here is the direct contrary to Alpha, and his name is Beta. Now, like I've said, this entity is the opposite of Alpha. So, with that logic, whenever you hear a sound, just move immediately. Betas and Alpha sound cue are different, so it's easy to tell them apart from each other. Now, those 2 entities are the main entities of the game, just like in FNAF where we have Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. So, the next entities I'm going to be showing are more of like side entity, like Balloon Boy from FNAF 2. And the first one I'm going to be showing is... Now this fella's a special one. His name is Sigma. Now this entity is a bit more trickier than the other ones. This entity may appear around you and you have to look out for it. If you spot it, you have to move around it. And also don't stare at it for too long. Now, the reason I added this entity is because I thought it would work really well with Beta, since as soon as the player hears Beta's sound, they'll move immediately without checking the surrounding. Now, the last and final entity of this game is... this fella here is called KBD. Now, his mechanic is quite straightforward. If you stop moving, your heart rate is gonna increase, and if this goes on for long enough, you'll get a heart attack. So keep on moving. Now I talked about my idea for the game. Let's talk about how I made the game itself. Starting with... On the first day, the first thing I did was building this map. I'm not a builder or anything, so the map honestly looks dark rather. Listen guys, I tried my best. Then after that, I created this camera system. It's an extremely basic one, but it gets the job done. On these next 2 days, I just worked on the shop and building system. Firstly, I made the UIs, then I had to script the inventory system. After that, I had to make the cash and shop system. While making the shop, I had to get the item models, and since I'm no modeler, you guessed it, I took it from the toolbox. Now, in my defense, it wasn't against the rules, and I have to remove all of the potential threats from them. So after spending 3 days on side mechanics of the game, I finally started working on the main gameplay of it. I'm gonna have to log in if I want to finish the game. First thing that I added was the movement system that you guys have been seeing. This is such a simple movement system, but in my opinion, it's perfect for this game. And if you guys have a better idea for a movement system, make sure to let me know in the comments. After that, I started working on the entities. Now, I was gonna break down on how the AIs of each entity works, but that would take too long and it will probably make this video like 20 minutes long. Instead, it can be its own video. So, make sure to let me know in the comments section if I should make a video breaking down how the AI of these entities work. That said, it only took me like 3 days to finish all of this. Holy, I am trash at my own game. On the last day of the game, I had to make the game itself, you know. I had to combine everything I created so far into a game. Not only that, on the last day, I created a cake minigame. Now, I haven't mentioned the lore of the game yet, so let me quickly go over it. Basically, the player rented out an old restaurant for their friend's birthday. Then after that, I created the ending for the game. Now, there was gonna be 3 endings, but I only had time to create 2, which is the bad ending and a secret one. We'll talk about that one later. Now, I did say that there was only 7 days, but 7 days was just the submission deadline. The game gets judged and rated a day after that. So Brother gives us an extra day to polish the game and fix bugs. And me, being an idiot, decided to create a whole new game mode into the game, that being Custom Night. Like in FNAF Custom Night, you can set the AI levels of the entities however you want here, with the max AI being 5. This game mode thankfully didn't take too long to make, since I already had everything set up for it. I even had enough time to do some quick polishing before the game gets rated. This game mode is also the only way to get the secret ending. You have to beat this game mode on the hardest difficulty. Unfortunately, I have no footage of it since I couldn't beat it myself. And well, that's it for the game making process. Now, let's answer the final question. How did the game jam go? Well...
literally a remake of FNAF 6.
For real.
Yay, this is literally just FNAF 6.
An original.
Wait, who is this? What? Yo, this is confusing, bro. It might appear is tall, so try to look up. Okay. Alright. Wait, did my game freeze?
Have you tried pressing enter?
I am.
yeah, I screwed up. This bug happened because he got killed by
did my game
both
freeze?
Sigma and Beta at the same
Have
time.
you tried
This
pressing?
was 100% preventable if I did more testing. Instead of spending almost all of my time making an entirely new game mode, I ended up getting second place. The judges didn't even have a chance to reach the end of the game to see the ending, nor did they play the custom night. So all my efforts in making that game mode were in vain. But in the end, none of that mattered. These game jams weren't made to win. They weren't made for the prize. They weren't made for money. They were made for beginners like myself to test our skill, to learn new stuff, and to most importantly, to have fun.
I'm going for that arcade machine. That Freddy Fazbear arcade machine. I'm buying that. I just got jump scared.
Yeah, no, you.
Lake you up. Hate you. Yeah, let's get started.
Died.
I'm still gaming right now. Leave me alone.
Those 7 days were some of the most fun time I've had on Roblox. Not only did I have a lot of fun, I also learned a lot of new things to implement into my game. Even though it's quite unfortunate that I couldn't keep up my streaks, it didn't matter because in the end, I gave it my all. I tried my best and I had fun. So the message I want to give out is winning or losing doesn't matter as long as you gave it your best and have a lot of fun along the way. Because even if you lose, it's just an opportunity for you to learn from your mistakes and grow in the future.